Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Tech Talks. Let's talk something technically. So the developers who have started with Thunkable as a beginner will be having a doubts like how we can show up a list of data from real life or the data from different websites or real-time data. So the big solution on Thunkable is Web API. So I'm going to do a video on Web API today. So in this video, I'm going to explain how to use Web API, how to create API and how we can fetch data and how we can show as a list over here. So let's get started. So I'm creating a new screen here. The design components we want are, I'm just putting a label first. So I'm just making the screen's vertical alignment as top so that the label will be showing on top, and let's put the label as search hotels by location. And just below this I'm going to put a row which will include our text input and the search button. So I'm making the row, inside that I'm putting a text input, and also I'm putting a button as well, and I'm going to make this row's height as fit contents so that it will be fit over here. And for the button I'm just changing the text to search so that it means like a search button, and below that I'm going to put a list viewer. So I'm just putting it just below this. Let's make it on below the row, so I'm just making below it. So these are the design components which we want. So the functional component we need is a Web API. I'm not setting any URL here. Later we will be creating an API and we will be setting it as URL. So I'm going to blocks, and the first thing we need to do is we will be creating two variables. So one for storing our response that we will be getting from our Web API. So I'm just giving its name as response, and the second one we will be creating a list for storing the list of hotels that we'll be getting from the search. So I'm setting the first variable as null as it is a single variable, and the next one I'm setting it as empty list as it is a list. So once we click on this button only we want to show the search result. For that I'm going to button 2, and once we click on this button I'm just going to variables, and I'm going to set the variable hotel list as empty list once again just to avoid appending duplicate elements. And I'm going to Web API once again, and I'm calling this set Web API URL. So here we have to give the API which we are going to use. So there are so many websites available for creating API, and I am using Geo API 5. So what I am going to do is I want to search for hotels nearby a particular location. So my place is Kakinada, so I am just going to type hotels in my place name Kakinada, and I am clicking on the search button, and it will be showing a bunch of results over here, and it will be showing the particular thing as a map over here as well. So if you want to filter something over here along with the circle, rect, country code, that we can give it over here. And if you want to give it any bias, let's say the proximity, circular place or country code, we can able to do it over here. And we have different options over here for searching with latitude and longitude, or along with the place particular address. All the options are available in this site, and we need to have an API key as well. So we will be getting an API like this, and if we are running it in the browser we will be getting an output like this. Over here inside the features, inside the properties, we are going to get this name. Over here it is showing Park Connect along with the city which is showing Kakinada over here. So these results we are going to fetch along with the name and the city which is inside the features, inside the properties. So let's move on to Thunkable once again. First we need to get the response and we have to set the URL as well. For that I'm going to text and I'm using this join button. So for over here, just below this over here, just before the Kakanad, I'm just getting this API URL and pasting it over here. Then in this place we need to get the data which we are typing in the text input. So I'm going to text input and getting the text and put it over here, and at the end of it we need to put the remaining part of the URL. So we need to put the remaining URL over here. So I'm just going to this settings and putting one more item, and over here I'm attaching this text and I'm going to get the remaining URL just after the Kakanad. I am copying it and pasting it over here. So now our URL is ready. Now we are going to get the response from it. So for that I'm going to web API and using this command called web API get. So we have to check if there is not an error. So I'm just using if condition, and if not an error, I'm just getting the response. So for that I'm going to variables, that we are going to store it inside the variable response, and it will be like a JSON values, like a set of key value pairs that we want to get it as an object. For that I'm going to objects and using this command get object from JSON and putting the response over here. So now the response been stored inside the variable response, and we have to fetch the data one by one into this from this response to our variable hotel list. So for storing data to a list, we have a command known as in list. So that I'm going to get it from the list. So in list insert as, and I'm going to variables again and getting our response, and I'm just changing it to hotel list. So and over here we have to give the response. So we first have to get it from our features or features and from the properties, then we have to get the name and city. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the objects and using this get property. So we need to get it from our features. So I'm just giving our response variable first over here, variable, then over here response, and this data that we have to copy from here and paste it over here. So once we do this, we will be getting the data as a list of values. For that I am going to list to get one by one. I'm just going to this list and I'm removing this value and putting this it over here, and instead of this one we are going to change it with a variable I, and for that we need a count loop. So I'm just putting it over here and putting the in list inside that for getting one by one. Then I'm going to variables and getting this I and putting it over here. So now we are getting all the data from the features. Now we have to get it inside the properties inside this data. For that I am going to objects once again and getting this property, and I am going to copy this properties and paste it over here, and I am going to attach this value over here in this ABC place. So now what we are going to do is we want to get the data name from our properties. So I'm going to object once again and getting the property. So this value I'm going to copy name and I'm going to paste it over here and putting this data under this and attaching it over here. So now we will be getting all the data like this. Suppose for example if you want to get name comma then the particular city, so I'll show you how to do that. For that I am going to text and using this join block, instead of this hello I am going to put this get property, and instead of the world I am putting a comma, and if you want to get city I am just going to copy this and we have to put it at the end of this. So I am adding an item over here, then putting it at the end of it, and I am attaching it along with this as, and instead of this name if you want to let's say for example if you want to save city, that I am going to give it over here. So if you do so, it will be fetching 10 data results and it will be added to the hotel list. So if we want to get it only 5, we can simply change it to 5, whatever the number we would like to get. So at the end of the list, we will be having the app variable hotel list, which will be having all the search items. So now using this list, I am going to set the list viewers. So I am going to set list viewer, putting it over here, and I am going to variables and getting this hotel list. So if you do so, all the data have been fetched and it will be showing on the list viewer. So now I am going to this design and clicking on this preview, and let's say for example I am giving the same place Kakinada, which is my place, and clicking on search. So it's showing all the hotels which is nearby Kakinada. So now I'm going to change it with another place which is my hometown, so which is also showing the hotels nearby that place. Now let's say I'm giving any other place, Mumbai, and let's search for it. So it's showing all the hotels which is in Mumbai. So everything is working perfect now. So let's say for example, if you want to, if you don't want to search for anything, and if you want to reset our list viewer, so for that what we can do is, I'm just going to blocks and I'm going to get this text input, and over here we have a command when the text input is unfocused, and I'm going to if condition. So I'm just getting this if condition and I'm going to text, and I'm using this command disk contains, then going to text input once again and giving that text over here, and an empty text which is right side over here. So when there is no text and which is on unfocused, so we want to set the list viewer as empty once again. So I'm just going to the list viewer and setting the list viewer text items to an empty list. Now let's see whether it is working or not. I'm going to preview once again, and this time let's say I'm just searching for Delhi and clicking on search. We got the data. So I'm just removing the value from here, and it is on unfocused and everything been removed here. So now I'm just going to search it for, let's say, Kolkata. I am searching, so it's showing over here. So everything working fine now. So this is how web API works. I hope this video is informational for everyone. So comment your queries and suggest me if you need any more related videos on Thunkable. Thank you. Bye bye.